Hey gang, Power Breaks back with another Megazord review, and today we're going to be taking a look at Woof-Tron. And this isn't so much of a Megazord, it's more of a mecha based off of Voltron and mixed with the Megazord, kind of. But, you know, it has a Power Ranger theme, but here we have the Wolfbots. The Wolfbots, not the Wolfbots, but the Wolfbot. I almost called them the Wolfbarks. The Wolfbarks. Wow, see, I did it. I don't know how that happened, but the Wolfbots. And this is their giant mecha, Woof-Tron, and it looks like Voltron. So we're going to get into this review. So we're going to start off with the figures, and then we're going to get into the mech, okay? So let's get into it. Okay, and here are the figures, guys. So the first one I'm going to be starting off with is their little assist robot, kind of like an alpha. So this is him right here. And he's a small little dude, you know, he doesn't do much, but just have this little bit of articulation. His head can move. He can sort of, I don't know, transform into like a scooter, if that works, like a little scooter. I don't know. But this is him, guys. He designed all the Zords. So let's get into the rest of them. Starting off with the Black, which is the leader. So Black has a very interesting design. He also has this dark gray belt with sparkles in it, sort of like a gunmetal gray. They all have an interesting design. He is the Shepherd bot. So his is the Black Shepherd or the Doberman. I don't know why I call it a Shepherd, but it looks like one. But yeah, it's the Doberman, and this is him. They all have a interesting belt too. His is gold alongside reds and pinks, but you're going to see in a minute. I mean white, not pink, but you're going to see in a minute why they're a little different. But just pay attention to his design because I'm going to show you. So yeah, that's pretty much it for him. Let's get into the next one, which will be Red. And here is Red right here. And Red, it looks pretty good. He's the same articulation as the Black one. Sometimes their hands go up at the same time. It's alright, there's nothing wrong with that, because they're just little mini figures that look cool. So, you know, his head articulates, and that's that. Now we're going to go into the Blue. So here's Blue right here, and Blue looks pretty good, you know. He has a little sword. You'll see why in a minute, but that's Blue. That's his little bot. Pretty cool, right? We're going to go into, whoa, I want to drop the rest. Oh well, if he falls, he falls. So here is White right here. This is hers, and she looks pretty darn good. The legs are coming out. There we go. So yeah, it's the same. She has this little claw cannon where she can shoot this claw and it'll grapple. So that's pretty much it for her. We can set her to the side. And now I will review Yellow. Now this one is a little different because it also has 360 rotation, but the legs don't just go up, they also go out a little bit. So he has a little more articulation there. And this is Yellow's little bot. Oops, I knocked his arm off. That wasn't supposed to happen. So that's this little guy here. Now let's get into the part you guys were really waiting for, the mech. Alright, and here is the Black Doorman. Now this is the largest one out of the entire set, and I gotta say it's pretty heavy, and I don't know, it just took a long time to build. But I built this a long time ago. It's been sitting on shelf for quite a while, and it was pretty fun. So this is the figure here. He is very large compared to the rest, as I said before. They're all pretty much just this one separate guy, and the rest are all parallel. The white and red are the same, the blue and yellow are the same, but this one is just the only different one, like the Black Voltron line. So I don't own the Voltron set, and I never did buy it to make this. I just have a lot of Legos, so I can make anything I want. So this is the doggy, and his head is articulated to go up and down. He can bark. Of course, you kind of see the robot face, but you can't notice. He barks, and he comes with these cannons right here. His legs are articulated on ratchet. Same here. This is also articulated. His doggy feet and his paws, such as the hind legs, they are also articulated. So he's a very articulated dog. And right here is his little cannon. You know, it sits right between the chest. It's like a laser. So that's pretty much it for that dog. He's also missing one more thing, and that is his bone. So I will grab it for you right now and bring it into camera. So here is the bone. It just fits in his mouth, regular, simple, like a dog. So when you put it in there, still close his mouth. Now he just has this bone, which I think makes him look 10 times cooler. So that's pretty much it. He looks 10 times cooler with that bone in his mouth. So now it is time to get to the next version of this review, and that is the next dog. So here is the Blue Husky, and Blue Husky is really interesting. He is definitely reminiscent of MMPR, Billy Zord, and the Blue Voltron lion in some ways, but he also has his own look. He has this really long, thick sword tail with cannons on the side, so he can shoot from the hind or the front, and he can just spin around and do sort of a tail slash. So he's pretty OP in some ways. So let's get a good look at his face. He has his fangs right there. You know, he looks kind of like a wolf, but he's a husky. He has head articulation, and his mouth can open up, so he can bark. So yeah, his articulation also exists in his legs. They can bend. You know, there isn't really much, but no, I can't say it's not much. It's pretty articulated. So he has a lot of articulation, so you get him in little running poses and stuff. So, you know, he's a dog. He can do dog stuff. This is him. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, for the blue. Let's get on to the... And here is Red Akito. Or Akita, I keep butchering that name. But this is him, very reminiscent of the Red Voltron lion. He is a pretty interesting size. They all came out pretty big. They're not small. So the articulation on his head, he can turn it and move it up and down. It's on a ball joint, so his mouth can open up like he's barking. The nose is kind of tilted. Forget it. I'll just leave it. It's pretty solid. It's on there. So that's his nose. Let's get a look at his face. Get a little focus going, guys. So there's his face. Specially crafted to wield a weapon. Push that in a little bit. So yeah, this is him in cute little doggies. He has short little legs, little hind legs that are articulated. He has a little tail that curls. And he also has a cannon on top. So yeah, he has a little cannon on top. So it's pretty interesting. And that's pretty much it. And he also has articulation at the body. So, you know, he can kind of get some little poses going with him. I don't know. So that's pretty much it for this guy. Now let's get into the yellow. Okay, and now here is the yellow doggy, and this is the Bulldog, and this one is probably my favorite one, just because it's the yellow Bulldog. That looks completely wrong, but hey, it's a dog. Let's get a little look at his face. So I went a little different for this one. He has a blue nose and yellow pieces, just like the other one, and he's blue with yellow stripes. So he can open up his mouth, and you have the long canines there. So it's sort of like a bulldozer too. He can pick up stuff and dirt. He has his articulated gun up here, and it also can, put it down, can shoot a little piece. So do it again. Whoa. It flew. So focus, please, camera. Okay, the gun came off. Gonna plug that right back in. And this little ammo Oh well, if it comes off, it comes off. It's kind of hard to get this thing in there. Oh, that's why. Yeah, now it's loaded. Okay. I did that wrong. That wasn't even supposed to come off. But hey, you know, I sometimes screw up for the review. So yeah, his hand is articulated. That's it. His legs are the same articulation as the blue one. I will get it for a comparison. So I'll bring in the Husky and the Bulldog. The Husky is larger because of his tail. It's completely on another scale. So other than that, though, they are pretty much the same size. He's just a tad bit taller. But it doesn't affect the mecha because their underbodies are equal. So when they lift their heads up, they're going to be the legs, as you seen earlier. They'll be able to support the Zord entirely due to their design. Now, you know, I didn't do anything fancy here. Whoops, I almost dropped it. I didn't do anything fancy here. I just wanted to keep it simple with the entire thing, but then also, you know, nice. So that's the yellow. I love this one so much. Alongside, I love the entire set. It's going to be a shame when I have to tear them down. I really don't want to, and I didn't want to do this review, but I told myself, you know what, I'm just going to do it anyway, because you guys needed to see this, dude. Like, you guys have been asking, there's been a few of you guys that have been asking about this one, because I posted it, and you guys were like, well, do you still have the dog one? Of course, dude. It's right here. So, it's not going to be here for long, so this is the doggy. Oh, I love the doggies. I want them to be gone, but this is it. And now let's go on to the pink. And here is the pink Mecha Terrier. So this one, or the white terrier I meant to say, but it has pink accents, so you get the gist. So this is it. It is adorable. It's pink. It has a little look to it where you can just turn its head and you can definitely see the dog in it. So its body is the same as red. Very articulated. The legs don't move forward because if you do that, then that happens. But they do move outwards due to transformation. The hind legs are adjustable as they are on Ratchet. So they are adjustable. And so are the feet. But that's about it. Alongside of the tail, it is also adjustable. And it also has these little lasers here that are sort of articulated, but they also fit into the design like that. So you can have a pretty interesting dog there. Now the size comparison, I will compare this to the red one so that you may see. Well, I have to flip these back because that makes her stand kind of odd. It's kind of hard to get her to stand, but there we go. It's the other leg. She stands. She can do it. Alright, so let's get the red one and bring him in. The little Akita. I keep messing up on that name. Okay, so the yellow Akita, the red Akita, I just call it yellow. So here it is, size comparison. They're pretty much the same size. These guys are, yeah, they're pretty much the same size. There's no difference here. So that's just the difference between the terrier. Now, I like this because if it gets sad, you can change the emotion, but that's for transformation. It's not sad, it's serious, I guess. But this is excited. So this is the everyday look of the doggy. So, guys, let's get into the transformation. Okay, so we're going to be starting off with the legs and building them from the ground up. And we're going to be starting off with blue and yellow. So, the first things we're going to do here are take off the tails. Yellows comes off easy. Then we're going to come to blue and we're going to pull off his tail. Boom. Now once we pull off the tails, we put them together and then we fold these up, and that is the saber for the mecha. So we will set this to the side and get into this. So what we're going to do is come to blue and we're going to lift the head up, close. Now the mouth can't close, so his mouth is going to sit like that. It's pretty much closed, kind of. Dogs don't really close their mouths anyway, all the way. They do, but you know what I mean. If you have a dog, you definitely know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to flip that around like so. Yeah, like that. Boom, boom. There is your leg. So we're going to come to yellow and we're going to rotate this gun around. Make sure you pretty much get a good visual on how I'm doing this. It's pretty simple stuff, but it's cool. I have to make sure I fold this around correctly though. My fault. Okay, so like that. Okay. Oh, that's where I was wrong. It goes like this. Okay. Make sure I fold it all the way around like that. And there are your legs for Woof-Tron. Next, we are going to form the arms for Woof-Tron. So in order to do that, we're going to start off with the terrier, and we're going to fold down the ears, close the mouth, flip up the legs. Then we're going to sort of turn the body a little bit and hook those around, if I can get it correctly. Then we're going to fold that up and bring these all the way forward like so. Bam, bam. There is one arm. Now we are going to do the next, which is Akita. I finally said it right. So we're going to flip those up, take off his little cannon, and we're going to fold the legs, sort of just like in this motion here, and we're going to get the tail and rotate it. And there is the other arm. So here are the arms. Now we're going to form the body, the torso. Alrighty, and next up is the black Doberman. So what we're going to do first is fold up the tail. Then we're going to come to this body and fold these. That is a firework, guys. Some people are still popping for 4th of July. So let's just move the camera back a little bit. The guy's a little tall. Sort of stand it up. So we're going to straighten out the legs. And we're also going to open up his mouth before we do this step and remove the bone, because the bone will bring restriction to the transformation process, which just involves us bringing the arms backwards. Dang, here it is. Okay, so we're going to sort of position everything correctly. It's a pretty big torso. So this, with these folded up, this folded down, and the bone, I will show you what that does right now. It attaches to the sword here, and then you just fold these up like so, and bam, there is your saber. The Fang Saber. So there is the upper body. Now we can start connecting the limbs. So let's get into that now. First, we're going to start off with the legs. And they go according to the color. So you see yellow on this side, so instantly you just put yellow there. And then you, see blue here. And you instantly can connect blue. And now he has an extreme amount of height. And we are going to sort of raise the camera up a bit. Not too high, but high enough so that you may see. And we're going to get the arms. So I just have the arms sitting on the ground next to me, and pink goes on the pink side, or white, whatever you want to call it. It's still the same thing. Oh yeah, you're also going to fold these down before you connect. Now if you want, you can rebuild this. I don't mind. You can rebuild any of my mech, but I doubt anyone's going to do it. So it's better to build your own. There's more creativity in that. So there are the arms of the mecha. Now, looking pretty good there, buddy. Here is the head. So all you have to do is just open up the mouth, and boom, there is the head of Woof-Tron. Woof-Tron, the robotic galactic defender of dogs, if that makes any sense. So this is a very large set that I created today. Articulation, it is on ratchet joints, so yes, he can hold himself very easily, and he also has articulation on the elbow and here on the wrist, and the mouth can also open up. You know this. If you want, You can get him into a kicking position, but though the legs won't hold up well because they're quite heavy, which is okay because I need him to be heavy because he is heavy and he has to hold up all these swords. So it's the same thing with that articulation on the ratchet. And stand up, buddy. So yeah, this is pretty much just another look at the entire Zord from the back. Now I know you're wondering where are his accessories, and of course he has accessories. You know, that fell off by accident. So we're going to give him what he deserves, all of his weapons. So the first one is the Fang Saber, which goes into the mouth of the pink bam. And it brings a little more weight onto it, but it does give it a little more style and edge. And these metallic pieces, I made them myself with Gundam paint. I just dropped the marker on, got my finger, and just brushed the metal. So now it looks like it's a metal sword, like it's been beaten with cracks and stuff. I gave it a little detail. I used the hair for that so it can look like it's a little cracked, like it's been through battle. Sort of like the brushed metal on its face and right there. Just a little effect. So these are just more so like right here. I know you guys are wondering like, why are the legs just sticking out there? Those things are more so like shoulder flap wing things. This thing is so big, man. It can't even sit in the entire space. It can, but it can't. Like, it takes up a lot of space. So we're going to also get the Noble shield and connect it to the robot. And that goes into the Akita's mouth. Oh, I knew it was going to do this on the review. I just knew it. It always does that. Like, jeez. It never wants to work on the review. Like, this barely works, the shield, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it is a hassle to get the shield on this thing. I kid you not. Like, I don't know if it's this peg or what, but there's the shield. So there is the entire mech. That is Woof-Tron, guys. Woof-Tron is here. And he is very cool. Reminds me of the old school Voltron and the Voltron that we got from Lego. But he's a doggy. He's a dog bot. So that's it for this review, guys. Check out my next theme, which is going to be the dinosaur train theme. Then I will get into the ninja and samurai category. So stay tuned for that. And this is Power Bricks signing off.